you ready to supercharge your software development and website development projects? Continuous integration tools are tools that help streamline your tech and dev team's changes to your most critical web assets to help them not only keep standards and validation rules and security best practices in place through automated testing, but also to ensure that iterative changes are being easily deployed to a staging environment or to your application in a way that's not going to be critical if there is an issue that's introduced. In this video, we'll explore CI tools or continuous integration tools that can help secure your website and web app development processes and to help ensure lower bug rates, better issue resolution rates, and an overall better product for your web assets. What is continuous integration? Continuous integration is a DevOps practice that ensures that your changes that get pushed up to your code base go through some automated testing or an automated pipeline that will deploy those changes in an automated way. I know that was a lot of automation that I'm talking about here, but it's essentially completely automated all the way through to get those changes up to staging so that you can review and test before the team pushes those changes live. Let's dive into the best continuous integration tools that common dev teams and most tech enthusiasts that care about DevOps will deploy. Number one, Jenkins. Jenkins is an open source CI tool that allows your team to add tons of customization, and there's a vast ecosystem of plugins and libraries that you can utilize to help add testing, help streamline any type of processes or code deployment, all through an open source tool that you can manage yourself. Now, some of the downsides of Jenkins, just right off the bat, is that it is self-hosted, so you're gonna have to have a team that can manage and maintain a self-hosted platform, but it's gonna cost you way less because you're just gonna pay cloud resources. Jenkins is used widely throughout the industry, so finding developers and tech talent that knows how to work with Jenkins is very easy. Number two, you can deploy CI practices using GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions is basically files that you would create in your code repository that tells GitHub Actions, which is the tool within GitHub, how to deploy your changes. It's in a coding syntax called YAML that basically allows you to specify when to trigger the action, what to do, and then what the outcome is, and if there's any tests or anything you need to run before those final changes are copied up to your staging server, it can specify all of those services in that file. You can have as many GitHub Actions as you want, and you can chain the actions together so that you can have a nice, staging workflow. You can have a separate workflow for production if there's more enhanced security scans that have to happen before it goes live. So very customizable, and you can link third-party services into GitHub Actions that you don't have to maintain yourself. So unlike the open source method through Jenkins, GitHub Actions is more like a tool for you to build out how you want your pipelines to work and which softwares and services you want to kind of connect into it and how they need to respond. CircleCI is a really popular tool for continuous integration. And right out of the gate, it has a GitHub integration that works really nice. And there's workflows and recipes and different things that are just right out of the gate for different technologies and different types of code base that you can get started right away. It's definitely one of the most popular out there, and most developers will be able to just hop right in and be able to get it up and running in an afternoon. CircleCI's biggest competitors, number 4, and that's Travis CI. And Travis is, in my opinion, it's CircleCI, but with a better user interface if you're going to be using the UI to help build out your workflows and connect your applications and software for deploying your code. Very similar to CircleCI, whereas a developer can get the pipelines running in an afternoon, and you really just have to weigh between those two. If you're going to go the third-party CI route, then you really just got to test both platforms and see what works best from a cost perspective and from just team alignment and what your team wants to use. So how do you choose the right CI tool? Team size and complexity plays a big part in choosing. So most teams have a DevOps lead. If you have a big enough dev team, you might just have a single full-time developer or a freelance developer that's handling your stuff. Definitely get their input on which continuous integration tool to use, but it really depends on the complexities around what you need to automate, what pieces of your tech stack are involved in deploying changes to different environments, and how that all plays into the tool that you're going to pick. So, what your team wants to use and the complexities around your tech stack definitely play a part, so make sure you look into that. Integration needs is huge as well. So similar to complexities, which integrations do you need your CI tool to work with? So are you on Google Cloud Kubernetes engine? Are you on AWS Beanstalk? Are you deploying serverless containers to some sort of a cloud build type of environment? All of this is going to really matter when deciding which CI tools to use. Now, at a very base level, if you're on WP Engine and you're hosting a WordPress website, you could use Travis, CircleCI, or GitHub Actions really easily to just deploy your changes up to whatever environment you want. But if you have a full stack web application, you really need to make sure that the key integrations that you need are thought out and you have a research spike on it to really figure out what you need when you're picking a tool. And then of course, cost. Jenkins and other open source software like that, the cost is going to be really low, but the setup to have your developer set it up and work it into an infrastructure and then maintain it over time has a cost also. So you have to weigh those costs. If you have a full-time dev team or dev partner that can manage infrastructure at a really good rate, then it might be better long-term to have your own infrastructure in place that you maintain over time. But for most businesses that are scaling and growing, having some sort of a third-party solution or using GitHub's Actions or GitLab's workflow files is definitely going to be the best route for you in the short term because of how quickly you can get it up, how easily anybody with tech knowledge can deploy workflows. You don't have to be a true full stack developer to really get something going. And also you have support. If you're paying the paid solution, you have support from those platforms as well. Choosing the right CI tool can boost your collaboration, streamline your deployments, and make an overall better quality web asset, whether that be a website, a web app, or even a mobile application. If you found this helpful, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to just chat or figure out, how can we integrate using continuous integrations, and how can we make our product processes better or our website deployment processes better, click the link below and we'll offer a free discovery from YohDev where we can talk about your needs for ensuring your deployment processes and your most critical web assets. Take care.